Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. The holidays are approaching as 2022 is coming to an end. Now is a great time to spend with family, but also visit a few indoor holiday concerts, museums, and even farmers markets. This episode will be describing what you can do for the end of 2022. Plus, I'll be giving a review of the newest Marvel movie in theaters, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's question is, when were the Grammy Awards first established? Now, for this episode's local headlines. Hancock Sacred Village will be hosting its annual Hancock Holiday Nights. This is a multi-sensory experience. The historic Hancock Sacred Village will be illuminated with lights. This year, artist Joe Wheaton will be the featured light designer. Enjoy a winter holiday stroll through the 19th century village where you can wear holiday clothes. The iconic round stone barn will be set up similar to that of the first Nativity. This event was held in limited capacity due to COVID the past 2 years, but now it is being held in full. Hancock Holiday Nights will be happening from December 1st through the 31st. It will be closed on Christmas Day. Tickets are non-refundable, so purchase your tickets in advance. Masks are required for children at all times and recommended for adults. Children ages 5 and under can get in for free. Visit HancockSacredVillage.org to purchase your tickets. Mass Mocha will be hosting several events by Christmas time. The first event will be a hip-hop concert. Rapper Jay Horde learned music from his African-American church and his love of Broadway. His original compositions and arrangements easily shift genres to articulate his vivid songwriting. He was a Grammy-nominated artist for his contribution to the hit song No Problem, which was performed by Chance the Rapper. This marks Jay Horde's first trip to Mass Mocha. This concert will be going on December 23rd at 8 p.m. The concert will be held in Club B10. Visit massmocha.org to purchase your tickets. Masks are required except when eating or drinking, and food and beverages can only be purchased inside Mass Mocha. The other event going on is a new exhibit by artist Jason Moran. The exhibit is titled Staged, Studio Rivbia. This pays homage to the canvas-covered walls, parachute-draped ceiling, and reflective surfaces of Beatrice and Sam Rivers' loft, as well as to the musicians and audiences who shared the space. staged Studio Rivbia points to the ways that their quest for emancipation, both musically and more broadly, reverberated far beyond Studio Rivbia walls. As for Moran himself, drawing on the photographs and documentation preserved through black jazz musicians' archives, as well as oral history interviews, Moran creates installations modeled on spaces that shaped jazz in the 21st century. Studio Rivbia will be on display beginning on December 17th. This will be held in the Robert W. Wilson Building, B6. Masks are required at all times. Again, visit massmocha.org to purchase your tickets. On the previous episode of WWHEN, I discussed how the Colonial Theater Group in Pittsfield was going to be hosting a series of holiday concerts. During this segment, there was one concert that I neglected to mention. Come Home for the Holidays. This is one of the Colonial Theater's biggest events during the holiday season. Concertgoers can enjoy performances by some of the area's best-known artists and respected artists from the diverse Berkshire County music scene, alongside the BTG Youth Chorus, who is hosting the event. Confirmed appearances include Gina Coleman, Kathy Grover, Beth Matrovich, Wanda Houston, Billy Keane, Diego Mong, Ed Moran, Rev Tor, Jack Waldheim, the Shire Mountain Holiday Band featuring Dan Broad, Dave Brown, Benny Cohn, and Connor Meehan. The concert will be held on Sunday, December 18th. To purchase tickets, visit berkshiretheatergroup.org. Masks are required, as is proof of vaccination. All proceeds to this event go towards Berkshire Theater Group's many educational programs. The Williams College Museum of Art is currently hosting a display titled Embodied Words. This exhibit focuses on artwork during the Middle Ages. During this time, reading was thought to change people, physically and spiritually. People believed that words written and read, spoken and heard, could imprint on the brain, heart, and soul. Text was found on everything, not just books, but also paintings, sculptures, furniture, clothing, jewelry, and even bodies. This last text source may have been the inspiration for tattooing, but nothing has been confirmed. The Williams College Museum of Art currently contains manuscripts and paintings that demonstrate these beliefs from the 12th through 16th centuries. As visitors read the objects on view, they may reflect on how medieval reading practices shape how, what, and where they read today, even in digital formats. Whether we are turning the page of a book or scrolling down a screen, reading is an embodied act, and this exhibit highlights that. This exhibit is currently ongoing, with no end date in sight. Williams College Museum of Art is open to the public on Tuesdays through Sundays, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please note that it is closed for Williams College's winter break from December 23rd through January 2nd. Admission to the museum is free for everyone. Visit artmuseum.williams.edu for more information. Christmas time is a time for tree lighting, and many different cities and towns in Berkshire County have held theirs recently. When the pandemic first struck, these events were canceled because it was a danger with a good amount of people. Now, these events are reopened to the public, and they prove to be as popular as they were pre-pandemic. In Pittsfield, theirs was held on December 2nd. This marked the first time in 2 years that the event was held. Many people attended the event, including local city representatives. In North Adams, the tree lighting was held on November 23rd. Like Pittsfield, this marked the first time the event was held in person in 2 years. There were many marching bands on display, vendors selling their goods, and there was even a visit from Santa Claus. It's nice to know that even as the pandemic lingers, events like these are still coming back. The Berkshire County Historical Society at Arrowhead, the home of iconic author Herman Melville, will be hosting a Yuletide reading event. Noted Pittsfield author and longtime columnist for the Berkshire Eagle, Kevin O'Hara, will read Christmas tales included in his illustrated book, A Christmas Journey. This includes 16 of O'Hara's annual Christmas columns published in the Berkshire Eagle. The stories range from tales growing up in Pittsfield to poignant stories of his time as a psychiatric nurse at Berkshire Medical Center to his hilarious celebration at an Irish pub. He combines humor with sadness to create a voice all his own. A Christmas Journey, Yuletide readings with Kevin O'Hara, will be taking place on Wednesday, December 14th. There will be 2 scheduled readings, one at 5:30 p.m. and one at 6:30 p.m. Reservations for this event are required. Visit berkshirehistory.org to buy your tickets. Masks are not required, but are recommended. The Clark Art Institute in Williamstown will be hosting an interesting film exhibit examining early animation history. Inspired by the Promenades on Paper exhibition, the Clark is offering a series of film screenings around drawing and film. The first program in the series features a selection of short films focused on early animation, ranging from Winsor McCay and his dinosaur Gertie to the surrealist animations of Len Lai. The full lineup of short films will be released at a later date. The Film and Drawing Early Animation exhibit will be open to the public on Thursday, December 15th. It will take place from 7 to 8:30 p.m. in the Clark Arts Auditorium. This event is free to the public. Visit clarkart.edu for more information about this event. While farmers markets are extremely popular in the summer, winter farmers markets can't be overlooked. As in the past, the indoor winters markets will feature the abundance of locally grown and produced foods found in the Berkshires in a warm, comforting building. These include the Great Barrington Farmers Market, located at 1064 Main Street, Berkshire Grown Farmers Market at 508 State Road in North Adams, and the Pittsfield Teen Run Roots Rising, located at 74 First Street at the Zion Lutheran Church. All of these farmers markets take place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., with the exception of the Pittsfield Farmers Market. This one will open from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Dates on all of these farmers markets vary. Visit berkshiregrown.org for information. And for the Pittsfield Farmers Market specifically, visit www.pittsfieldfarmersmarket.org. Although masks are not required, they are recommended. Every year, hundreds of people in the music industry are nominated for Grammys. By far the music industry's most important award. For this year's Grammys, there are 91 different categories, ranging from Best Comedy Album to the night's biggest award, Album of the Year. This year, one Pittsfield native earned a historic nomination. Matt Cusson was nominated along with the a cappella group King's Return for their version of How Deep Is Your Love in the category Best Arrangement, Instrumental, or A Cappella. Cusson grew up in Pittsfield in a musical family. His mother, Patricia, was a piano teacher, and his home was a Parcel music school. His father, Craig, was a choir director and wrote the alma mater song for Berkshire Community College, the very same anthem that he would sing when he graduated there. After BCC, he attended the famed Berklee College of Music in Boston, one of America's most renowned musical schools. Then, in 2000, he was discovered by R&B singer Brian McKnight, who kick-started his career. This marks Cusson's first Grammy nomination. In an interview with the Berkshire Eagle, Cusson stated, quote, "It hasn't sunk in yet. I don't know if it will sink in. It's nice to be recognized by some of the best musicians in the world," end quote. The Grammy Awards will be held on Sunday, February 5th on CBS, and will also be streaming on Paramount Plus, CBS's sister streaming service. It is not known whether Best Arrangement, Instrumental, or A Cappella will be televised on the show. If you are curious about the results, you can visit Grammy.com, the official website of the Grammy Awards. WWHEN will be giving an update on the results and wish Matt Cusson and King's Return the best of luck. The Grammy Awards also provide the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, this episode's question was, When were the Grammy Awards first established? The answer is 1958. The Grammy Awards, which began as the Gramophone Awards, first took place in 1958. At that time, the Academy Awards, also known as the Oscars, and the Emmy Awards, both recognized the leading artists in film and television, respectively, but no such musical equivalent existed. Following the Hollywood Walk of Fame project, which began in the 1950s, a renewed interest in music and the recording industry led to the creation of the Grammy Awards as a way to honor the music industry's most talented composers, songwriters, and musicians. Another interesting piece of trivia. Despite more well-known musicians, songwriters, and producers, the record for most competitive Grammys won is held by late conductor George Solti with 31 Grammys. The Great Barrington Historical Society is hosting their annual An Old-Fashioned Christmas exhibit. Each year, this historical society changes its exhibit to take the visitor from Tudor England and the colonial days of Christmas through the Victorian era and on to the 1950s and today. Two new exhibits this year include an indoor Christmas tree gallery where visitors can gain fresh decorating ideas, and the My Favorite Things, a display of the Great Barrington community's most prized Christmas decorations. They are also known for their famous baked goods and pies, especially their pumpkin pie. They even advertise it on their website. An Old-Fashioned Christmas opened on Black Friday, November 25th to the public. It runs until January 2023. The museum is open Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 8 p.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. To reserve your space and get more details, please call Bob Kroll at 413-591-8702. It's now time for this episode's movie portion of WWHEN. In this episode, we are going to be reviewing one of 2022's biggest hits, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. This film opened huge at the box office, earning $181 million its first week in November. This established a new record for an opening week in that particular month. I will not be discussing the plot of this movie, as it is a very spoiler-heavy film. However, there is one obvious thing that must be discussed. The film does talk about the passing of a superhero and the actor that played him, Chadwick Boseman, who passed away from cancer in 2020. Naturally, this didn't just throw a monkey wrench into the filmmaking process. It threw the entire toolbox in it as well. Marvel was determined to complete Wakanda Forever, but throughout the shoot, there was problem after problem. During filming in 2021, there were multiple vaccination issues within the cast and crew, some of them even refusing to get the vaccine. As the movie was nearing completion, a COVID outbreak caused yet another delay. And finally, bizarrely, director Ryan Coogler was falsely arrested in Atlanta on bogus bank robbery charges. Despite all of this, Wakanda Forever was finished, and now it is in theaters for everyone to enjoy. So what did I think of Black Panther Wakanda Forever? Whenever I have reviewed a Marvel movie, I always mention how the special effects are amazing, the action scenes are great, and there's some good humor. Black Panther Wakanda Forever hits all those check marks. The women in this movie are very strong. My favorite characters are Danai Gural's Okoye and the addition of Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams / Ironheart. In previous reviews of Marvel movies, like the new Spider-Man and Doctor Strange films, I've complained that those movies suffered from continuity lockout, where you needed to be familiar with all sorts of Marvel movies just to watch the current batch. Black Panther Wakanda Forever only requires knowledge of the previous Black Panther, which helps the movie out tremendously. It's also probably the most emotional Marvel movie to date. The movie deals with the loss of a superhero, both on and off screen. They do justice to Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman. My only complaint with this movie is that it is a touch too long. At 2 hours and 45 minutes, it crams many of the plot lines together. Maybe the pandemic forced more storylines, but it could have been just a tad shorter. Still, this is an excellent movie. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, I give Black Panther Wakanda Forever a 9.5. This movie is both a great tribute to the old Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman, while leading the franchise into a new and exciting direction. That ends this episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHEN episode again, you can visit Pittsfield TV's and CTSB TV's website shown here, or visit NBCTC's Facebook page. Also, if you would like to see the episodes in HD quality, make sure to check out my YouTube page at RT Wehry. Thank you and have a great holiday season.